Okay, so I showed you that. Um, so keep in mind that the solid dot was between 500 to 1,000 years ago. So I messaged my friend Fatu, and big shout outs to her because she walked me through this whole process. Like, I give all credit to her because she really sparked the light in me and the passion in me to make these videos. So I messaged her and I was like, the African ancestor is like, this is between 500 to 1,000 years ago. I was like, so does that mean that the African ancestor was mixed? And she was like, upload your DNA to my true ancestry, GEDmatch, map my gene sequencing. She was telling me to do all this type of stuff because you can clearly see where this is 500 to 1,000 years ago, between 1520 to 1020. And it's showing you that your ancestors was already mixed. And you won't see this mixture in present day West Africans. You're not going to see this kind of mixture in them. So she was basically showing me how genetically distant we are from modern day Africans. So let me show you. On mytrueancestry.com, you see here the ancient populations. These are the closest ancient populations. It says Yoruba, Al-Andalus, Moors, Khoisan, Bantu peoples, right? So Yoruba, Al-Andalus, the genetic distances are 13.95 to 17.54. And this is the breakdown of what genetic distance is. 10 means this is your ancient ancestry. 20 means this is part of your ancestral link. 30 means possibly related to your ancestry. So, as you can see, this is distant relations. And when I look at Europeans and I look at Africans, they usually get under a 10. They usually get like between like really they get like 5 and under, to be honest. They get 5 and under. But when I look at Afro-Americans, and I'm talking about, all Afro people throughout the Americas, theirs is always distant, like 10 and up. It's very distant. So, if you look here, the ancient sample breakdown. Khoisan, Yoruba, Bantu, Roman, Hispania, Moors. I'm telling you, these first 5 is always the same. You might get like Yoruba, then Khoisan, but I'm telling you, these first 5 is always the same with Afro-Americans. And majority of these you see in Afro-American Afro-American uploads, but they're just usually in like different orders. So you see the Proto-Hungarians, and those are pretty much like one of the earliest groups of Europeans. And remember in that article I showed you, you see that Europeans were one of the first peoples here. They made up the Paleo Americans. You see the Huns, the Avar, Sumerians, Greco, however you say that, Byzantine Empire, Ottoman Turks, Chola Dynasty. This is India. Romans, Illyrians. These are your Mediterraneans, and the Mediterraneans were also one of the earliest groups of Europeans too. Then you have the ancient Egyptians, Al-Andalus, which is Spain. Remember, you saw Spain, and Kennewick man matched Spain. And you got the Visigoths, Carthaginians, whatever. So, let me show you modern populations. Your closest genetic modern populations. Go to info. 5 means that you are close to this population. 10 means you could fit into this population. 15 means a related population. All of these are above 15. These are your closest genetic populations, and they're all above 15. That means that you're not related to these people here. I mean, you're not related. you are not these people, but you are related to them distantly, because these are distant numbers. These aren't related. You're not a part of these people, but you're related to them somewhere a long time ago. So obviously the admixture didn't happen recently, if you're following me. It didn't happen. If it was like from the slave trade where you got these ancestors, from the 1800s, these numbers should be lower than that, but they're not. Like I said, Europeans and Africans, theirs shows like 4 or 5 and under. These are 16, 18, 22. And you look at the PCA analysis, and I'm telling you, most Afro-Americans, theirs is identical to this. Look at here on this side. You see Ethiopian Jewish, Australian, Lumbee tribe, Moroccan, Mozabite, Egyptian, Jordanian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Uzbek, Miwok. Miwok is a indigenous California tribe. Bashkir, Costanoan, and Costanoan, that is a indigenous California tribe. So, these are indigenous populations that you are related to. That's what it's showing you. You're all related to these populations. You can fit into any of these populations here. That's what this means. You can fit into these people. So if you're a West African from Africa with no Amerindian ancestry, then how are you able to fit into these Amerindian populations here? And as well as Russia. You see the Eurasians, Moroccan, Ethiopian, East African. You see those groups too. So this is showing you how distantly related you are to Africans. Now another site that I use is GEDmatch. And GEDmatch, you will really begin to see how genetically you are different from Africans. But you are related. You're just not, the exact same people, but you are related distantly to Africans. So stay tuned for that in my next video.